Hey everyone, finished watching the next VR Troopers episode. Can't remember the name of it. Let's see, what was this one called? Something to do with clones or twins? Okay, Good Trooper, Bad Trooper. I think they could have come up with a better title than that, but it works. So anyway, it starts off with a completely pointless scene of Caitlin trying to get a photo of these pair of twins for a story that the newspaper is doing. Doesn't really ever come back. The kids don't mean anything. It's just this weird thing at the beginning that kind of sort of ties into the theme of the episode, so whatever. Ryan goes to the park with Jeb. Meanwhile, Carl Zichter's new plan involves a device Tyler Steele had developed but never made. It can clone anything from the smallest tissue sample. Zichter tests it out on his pet iguana and ends up with two Juliets. That never comes back either. Seems like that would be kind of an important thing, but nope, guess not. So anyway, at the park, Ryan helps out this woman who hurt her ankle, and it turns out she's a Skug in disguise. Then Ryan is surrounded by Skugs. He fights them off. One manages to yank out some of his hair, but he doesn't really think anything of it. Carl Zichter uses the hair sample to clone Ryan. It even clones Ryan's current clothes, because that's how cloning works. So anyway, the clone puts on a pair of sunglasses and leaves. The sunglasses are so that the dumb little kids watching can easily tell which is the bad guy and which is the good guy. At the park, Jeb sees another dog and runs after it. Ryan chases after Jeb. Then at Tao Dojo, the clone comes in and starts attacking JB. Tao breaks it up, and the clone is really confrontational and raises suspicion from JB, which this is kind of a common thing that happens with Grimlord's plans is his minions, like if he is able to successfully replicate someone's appearance or whatever, they immediately raise suspicion by acting like jerks. Maybe he should have like a training class or something for his minions. Like I know this clone is only like a few hours old, but still. Anyway, let's see. In virtual reality, Icebot shows Grimlord these new robots he's been making, and they're pretty cool looking robots. They're all like these retro toy looking robots. Guess what happens to them? They never come back really, not in any relevant way. So then at the dojo, JB and Caitlin are watching the clone Ryan viciously attack a punching bag. They think something's wrong with him, and just then Professor Hart calls them to the lab. They go to the lab, but something at the door repels Ryan. And so then they go in, and Hart suspects that this Ryan may be an imposter. Back at Tao Dojo, Ryan has just come in looking for the others, and the others call him up on his little communicator thing, and he answers, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Jeb ran off. I went looking for him, and I can't find him. I just got to the dojo." And so this confirms the other troopers thinking, okay, so that the Ryan we came here with was possibly not Ryan. There's no way he could have gotten back to the dojo that quickly, so there's two Ryans. But which is the real one? The one who's acting normal or the one who attacked JB? I don't know. Kind of dumb, but whatever. Whatever. Back to the thing. The clone Ryan shows up at the dojo and starts fighting with the real Ryan. And during the fight, Ryan drops his communicator. Grimlord sends a mutant, but Ryan can't answer the call. The clone steals his virtualizer. He chases the clone, leaving his communicator behind. JB and Caitlin transform, deal with the monster. The clone Ryan uses the virtualizer, which my stupid autocorrect spelled wrong. Like, I've been writing virtualizer for how long, and it still doesn't recognize the word? So stupid. Anyway. So, yes, clone Ryan uses the virtualizer to transform and summons the sky base. Ryan goes to Professor Hart for help. JB and Caitlin see the sky base, and at first they think it's Ryan coming to help, but then suddenly it starts firing on them. Ryan makes it Hart's lab, and Professor Hart gives him an extra virtualizer, along with a self-destruct device to use on the clone. Ryan destroys the clone and regains control of the sky base. JB defeats the last of Icebot's robots. The robots from earlier just kind of leave. I don't know what that was all about. I'm thinking there must have been a bigger story in Spielbahn with them or something. Like, were these robots that, I don't know, I don't know what the story is. I'm really curious. What were these weird toy robots? They never fight the troopers. I don't know why they bothered showing them at all. They could have just cut them out. Whatever. Grimlord gives up. He still has the clone device. I don't know why he gives up this time. Like, of all the times Grimlord gives up, like, this is a typical thing, I expect this from now, but this is really getting weird. Like, especially here, he has zero reason to give up. Like, the clone device, okay, cloning Ryan this one time, this didn't work, so why can't he just try again? Why can't he clone his his own troops? Oh. So then, Jeb and the other dog, which was his cousin, show up at the dojo, and that's the end. Anyway, pretty decent episode. It's nothing amazing, but it's a welcome shake-up from the previous episodes. Clones are a really cool premise for superhero shows, and especially for live-action shows, because it's a chance for the actors to really show some acting ability, like play their character in a completely different way. Now, one of the things, when this episode started, I assumed that the idea of a clone came from Metalder or Spielban, or, like, specifically Metalder because he wants to clone Ryan. So I was like, oh, this is going to tie in with some Metalder footage of the guy fighting another guy, but nope. Apparently, this was just something the American writers thought was a good idea and wrote into here. Let's see, the other dog that Jeb is chasing, that at the end they say is his cousin, or they say at the beginning too, but whatever. They say his name is Zeb, which is a reference to Jeb's real name, the dog that plays Jeb. That's a cute little thing, I guess. I don't really know what the point is. And it's weird because, like, Jeb being a dog, I would assume that there's, like, a stunt double dog or something. But apparently not, because all the scenes with Jeb and Zeb, they have, like, a digital split screen thing. There's never two dogs on screen at once, except when it's an effect. Like, really? You couldn't find another dog that looked like Jeb? He's not that weird looking of a dog or anything. He's a pretty common looking dog. So that was weird. I don't know what that was all about. Like, maybe they had planned to have another dog there? I don't know. Or it was just another one of those weird things where they were like, everything needs to be twin or double themed. At the beginning, Caitlin's trying to take a picture of these two boys that are twins. Then there's Jeb and another dog that look almost exactly alike. Or they are exactly alike, they're the same dog. I'm pretty sure. Then there's Ryan getting cloned. I don't really know why they thought the episode needed this theme. I don't know, whatever. Oh yeah, and Icebot's robots. That was really weird. I don't know what the point there was. And, oh yeah, Percy's completely absent this time. It's really weird. These recent episodes haven't had him. And also, considering their quality, like, this episode, it's nothing really amazing. It's not really very good either, but it's definitely higher quality than some of these later episodes of Season 1 where Percy is present. And I'm wondering if these episodes were originally from way further at the beginning, like before Percy was introduced. Because, like, the quality is a little bit better. Percy isn't there. Oh wait, the communicator things are there. I don't know, maybe that was the reason these were put here. Like, were they using the communicator things before they were introduced? And someone noticed that, and they're like, oh, we better push these episodes to the end. Or was it that Percy's actor, Aaron Pruner, just wasn't there? Like, had they shot a bunch of episodes, and then they're like, okay, you're good to go, and so he leaves, and then they're like, oh crap, we gotta shoot more episodes, I guess we can't put Percy in there. It's weird, because there's no comic relief in these either, like, aside from Jeb doing something once in a while, or something like that. Whatever, not really a whole lot to say about this one. These later VR Trooper episodes are pretty basic and standard, and there's not a whole lot to talk about with them. Like, most of what there is to talk about is just the speculation about the behind the scenes. Like, why did they want to do an episode with two Ryans? Like a clone Ryan. And then, like, they didn't even really do much with it. Like, they have him untransformed do a lot, but then once he's transformed, almost everything he does is just sit on the skybase. I would have liked to have, like, some big battle between the two or something. Guess that's not gonna happen? I don't know. Anyway, meh episode. Just a meh episode, I guess. not a whole lot to say about it, so that's it for this one. See ya.